Wonder Woman's powers are something amazing, but I'm sorry to say that they are physically impossible. There is no such way that a human being can fly through the air given the Newton's law of gravity. And besides flying, abnormal human strength is not possible. Any human being who trains and has peak strength cannot lift cars through the air with no effort.
Wonder Woman uses her whip in an impressive way, and even though that superpower looks awesome, it's physically possible for a human to do it. But the human has to repeat it a lot and practice a lot of time in order to perfect that movement.
The principle of the whip is professional whip uses a sturdy creating a transverse wave that crosses starting with the handle to the tip. As the whip is getting thinner, the whip is accelerating to reach for a very brief period to break the sound barrier time. The formula to get the time it would take the tip of the whip in a full turn is in the next image. It starts to make torque so fast, gaining a lot of speed that when it finally stretches, the whole energy produced is conducted to the tip and has a lot of strength, similar to the one of a 0.9 mm bullet that was just shot. And all this energy strikes in the target, causing a lot of damage.
It is mathematically impossible for humans to fly like birds. A bird can fly because its wingspan and the wing muscle strength are in balance with its body size. It has a lightweight skeleton with hollow bones, which puts a smaller load on its wings. A bird also has air sacs connected to its lungs, which make it even lighter and allows for easy passage of air through its lungs during flight. On the other hand, calculations of the ratio between human size and strength reveal that our species will never be able to take flight unaided.
Talking about the strength, you can think of the laws of physics, specifically pressure, because all of your super strength is concentrated in your hands, and you're basically like a small thing comparing to something. It's also impossible because each object that you carry of course have mass, and you need the equilibrium point in order to reach it.
During a radioactivity process called beta decay, the laws of physics seem to be floated. An atomic nucleus was pushed by an electron, but this did not seem to be suffering a force exactly equal and opposite, as described in Newton's third law. The atomic nucleus, with an area equivalent to several thousand times the mass of an electron mass, and the small electron without receiving the full effect of the opposing force. To resolve this dilemma, the scientist Wolfgang Pauli suggested that perhaps a third particle was responsible for that big push to the core. This should fall out at enormous speed in the opposite direction, as dictated by the laws of mechanics, but for some could not be detected by conventional means of the time. More than 20 years after, the first direct evidence for the existence of so-called neutrinos was found. Each neutrino from space has a probability of a particle colliding with Earth, leaving their mark, 1 against 10 billion. In the remaining cases, the neutrino runs through the planet without a trace. Wonder Woman, flying without wings and no visible propulsion mechanism, could be explained if she had some natural mechanism to produce neutrinos and go in a definite direction. Thus, it could be an arc floating in the air without anyone noticing the causes of the phenomenon.
Wonder Woman has superhuman abilities, as she's able to hit people or objects with an impressive force. However, the fact is that she can stop large objects, such as a plane crash only with her hands, is something physically impossible. Even if she equates the force that brings the plane down, all the weight of this is leaning on her bare hands. It would be like trying to prevent the fall of a person with a knife. However, this phenomenon can be explained scientifically by negative mass concept. It is still a theoretical concept, but designates matter whose matter would be negative, opposite to the normal matter sign. Negative mass matter behaves opposite to the matter we know if you turn away the approaches, and has negative weight. The idea of this is that the sun, the source of his powers to be a superhero, gives you the possibility to temporarily turn your body and object touches on negative ground. Analyzing and using the knowledge we acquired during this course, we can verify our hypothesis. It is impossible for a human to fly to harvest terrain that one woman showed. By the other side, it is possible to control a whip by the way she does. Even though it is impossible to fly it could be possible, or it could be in a very strange situation.